тебе 4 выстрела. Огонь. Да.
По твоей команде работаем.
Смотрим кленом красным, кленом красным.
Да, принял, кленом красным. 305, 529. Да. Товарищи, сзади. Выстрел! И 11. Выстрел! Выстрел!
Fierce battles near Pokrovsk, Russian troops continue to grind down the equipment and manpower of the armed forces of Ukraine. The situation on the Pokrovsk front remains tense, where the units of the Center Military Group continue their successful offensive. Russian soldiers once again demonstrated their high efficiency in destroying enemy fortifications. The published footage shows the destruction of armored vehicles, communication systems, and firing points, as well as the elimination of Ukrainian infantry and the disabling of enemy equipment. The offensive towards Orkhov, positions with the infantry of the armed forces of Ukraine are burning on the Zaporizhzhia front. Black small square drone operators of the 4th military base of the armed forces of the Russian Federation, supported by aviation, are grinding down the defensive positions of the armed forces of Ukraine and burning the minefields of the enemy. It looks like Zelensky will soon come to take a photo in front of Orkhov. It's a good omen, the soldiers joke. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue the special military operation. The Sever group of forces improved the tactical situation. Manpower and hardware of 1 mechanized brigade, 1 air assault brigade, and 1 assault regiment of the armed forces of Ukraine have been hit close to Pisarevka, Alexeivka, Unikovka, Andriivka, and Verokino, Sumy region. In Kharkov direction, Russian troops hit 1 AFU motorized infantry brigade and 1 territorial defense brigade close to Ogretsovo, Gatish, Melovoy, and Volchansk, Kharkov region. The AFU losses amounted to more than 175 troops, 1 tank, 3 armored fighting vehicles, 9 motor vehicles, 8 artillery guns, 1 Croatian-made RAK SA-12 MLRS launcher, and 1 Israeli-made Rada RPS-42 radar. 2 counter-battery warfare stations and 4 ammunition and material depots were neutralized. The Zapad Group's units improved the situation along the front line. Losses were inflicted on 3 mechanized brigades of the armed forces of Ukraine and 2 territorial defense brigades near Sredny, Shandrigalovo, Donetsk People's Republic, Kupiansk, Osinovo, Blagodatavka, Bogoslavka, and Petropavlovka, Kharkov region. The enemy losses amounted to more than 230 troops, 12 motor vehicles, 3 field artillery guns, and 1 Croatian-made RAK SA-12 MLRS launcher. 5 electronic warfare stations and 3 ammunition depots of the enemy were eliminated. The Yud Group's elements took more advantageous lines and positions. They hit manpower and military hardware of 2 mechanized brigades, 1 assault brigade of the armed forces of Ukraine and 2 territorial defense brigades near Konstantinovka, Kleban Byk, Ivanpoli, Pleshchievka, Serebryanka, Seversk, Zvanavka, Chasov Yar, Alexandra Sholtino, and Cherbanovka, Donetsk People's Republic. The AFU losses amounted to up to 155 troops, 1 UK-made Spartan armored personnel carrier, 2 US-made HMMWV armored vehicles, and 1 US-made Max Pro armored vehicle. 3 Western-made artillery guns, 1 motor vehicle, 2 electronic warfare stations, and 4 ammunition and material depots were destroyed. With intensive operations, the Center Group's units liberated Novokranka, Donetsk People's Republic. Losses were inflicted on 3 mechanized brigades, 1 airborne brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 1 Marine brigade, and 2 National Guard brigades near Dmitrov, Krasnoarmysk, Chunishino, Artemovka, Moravka, Udagnoy, and Petrovskogo, Donetsk People's Republic. Ukrainian armed formations sustained losses of up to 425 troops, 3 armored fighting vehicles, 4 motor vehicles, and 5 field artillery guns. The Vostok Group's units continued to advance to the depths of the enemy's defense and liberated Timirovka, Zaporozhye region. Losses were inflicted on manpower and hardware of 1 mechanized brigade of the AFU, 2 territorial defense brigades, and 1 National Guard brigade near Sherivnoy, Zaporozhye region, Novopetrovskoy, Yanvarskoy, Malayevka, Dnipropetrovsk region, Alexandrograd, and Novokatskoy, Donetsk People's Republic. The AFU lost more than 200 troops, 1 armored fighting vehicle, and 14 motor vehicles. The Dnipro Group's units inflicted losses on 1 mechanized brigade and 1 coastal defense brigade of the AFU near Lukyanovskoy, Zaporozhye region, Antonovka, Sadavoy, Kherson region, and the city of Kherson. The enemy lost more than 70 troops, 2 motor vehicles, and 5 electronic warfare stations. 3 ammunition depots and 3 material ones were neutralized. Operational tactical aviation, attack drones, missile troops, and artillery of the Russian groups of forces inflicted damage on a military airfield, a UAV production workshop, a UAV training center, and temporary deployment areas of Ukrainian troops and foreign mercenaries in 142 areas. Air defense systems shot down 1 Neptune long-range guided missile and 236 fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the enemy has lost 664 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 73,389 unmanned aerial vehicles, 624 anti-aircraft missile systems, 24,375 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles, 1,583 MLRS combat vehicles, 27,948 field artillery guns and mortars, 38,855 special military vehicles,